good. Well, we're going to try to do this, and I'm going to need help from Mark. Can the weather be blamed on climate change? Somebody asked. No, I don't think so. This is well, who knows? This is not totally unusual for this time of the year. It's a little more extreme than normal, so who knows? What I'd like to do today and share with you guys is a really exciting new thing. We have launched a new website, and with Mark's help, we're going to look at it. Although I think I can actually do it, Mark. I can share my screen. Although interestingly, no, I can't. You know what? I don't. It doesn't give me that option. Remember, we had this the other day, and I think I just logged in as a attendee, not as a host, and so I don't have that option to share my screen. And I don't know whether you guys are hearing me, because I see my mic's going up well, but I barely hear Mark. Let me see if I can turn my volume. Mark, talk again. Yeah, I can barely hear you. I mean, I can hear you, but barely. Can you hear me all right? Okay. Okay. Well, everybody, like I said, everything is better when there's challenges, and we're having a few of them right now with the weather and with the new system. But I'm going to encourage you, if you would, as we do this today, to put some questions in, put some comments in. I already saw the one question about weather and climate change. I'm gonna drink a bad drink here. I'm trying to make sure I can stay awake getting on this trip that I'm doing. And I'm going to drink a little Mountain Dew. Gosh, I love the video quality though, Mark. Gosh, it's good. Look, it's too good. So anyway, we have a new website. And if you would, guys, please throw some questions in about this, because Mark and I are going to go through it for you a little bit here, but I'm going to rely on Mark to share his screen. So Mark, why don't you go ahead and share the screen? I think I will still see myself in my camera. Yep, I do. Very cool. That works. Can I see the screen? Yes, I can. Can everybody else? Why doesn't everybody else throw a thumbs up or something in, just so that you can say that you see it? I'm going to throw one in. Thumbs up. Come on. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, on me. So this took about what, Mark? 2 months or so of our work to get this together. Hello, Mark. Yeah. Anyway, and we felt the time was right, and we had several comments from our advisory board about some things that we could do better and differently. So we thought now was the right time. So we have done it. It's live. So when you go to eatcommunity.com right now, this is what you're going to get. And one of the things that they said is that you need to get your colors consistent and not just all over the map. So we decided to focus on 3 colors, which we're doing here. One of them is green, the other is black, and the other is white. And you're seeing that right here on the first part of the screen. And Otherwise, it looks somewhat similar. You notice we added a phone number up on the header. We have a new logo. And eventually that phone number will be clickable, so it'll even connect to a phone service. Right now, it looks like it's clickable, but it really isn't. We're not going to check on all the clickable links here. I'm going to ask Mark to click on some as we go through this. And we're mainly also checking to make sure everything works. So Alicia's doing what she normally does, which is put in very cool links. One of the things that this platform does is it allows it to sort of go across the screen as it gets put in. And so I'm going to open my chat up also, so I see it over on the side. But anyway, so now let's click on the sign up now for free, Mark, and just show people what they'll get if they were to do that. Remember, this is not so much for you guys. This is for new people that would be coming in. And all of a sudden, my screen went away. Oh, you're going to have to, yeah, you got to share the other one. So a little different look, if you notice. We put a little more writing on this particular sign in. So if a person signs up here, they're going to become a member of Eat Free and then get the notifications and login information, all that sort of thing. And so that's where that goes. So now, and this will take a little while as Mark goes in between this because he has to switch his screens. But let's go back to the actual the page again now, Mark, the main page. And then we're just going to scroll down it a little bit. Let's stop right here. And we're not going to click on these quite yet, but we're going to come back to this. So the other reason that we've decided that now is the right time to change our website is we are going to start making a lot more available to all of our members than just free education and sessions that we do with speakers and courses that we create. Instead, we're also going to really create a community and be economic, which is to show people how they can make some money making the planet better. And so notice that there's two clickable links here. We're going to come back when we finish scrolling through the entire site and click on each of those, but I just want to describe what they are first. On the left, it says join an advising team and make some money and the planet better. So we think that probably fits for all of you. Anybody who's a member of EAT has some expertise at some level, and we think we should help them make some money with that talent and with that skill and whatever it is that they have. So when you click here, we're going to show you what the site looks like. But that's where that goes. On the other side, there are a bunch of you that need help with different things or want help. And therefore, we're going to link people together. We're going to link our members together with people who need their help in either consulting or advising or mentoring or networking or all of those things. And so we're going to show you what that portion, but now we're just going to scroll down the page and just sort of go slowly, Mark, here as we go down. We put a lot more information here than was on the previous website. The intent is capture people as they go through it, and by telling them all the things that we believe we do, and then having them potentially click. So I haven't counted them, but there's probably 30 clickable links on this page. So keep on going now, Mark. So you can learn about why we can help you with partnering, why we can help you with educating, why we can help you with mentoring. So keep going. Cool graphics that we got. And I actually saw There is no planet B. At a protest that I was watching where a person had it on a card, and I loved it. And so essentially took that from there, which is, this is true, and it's a play on what you hear is, if you don't work with plan A, go to plan B. Well, guess what? We're on planet A, and there really isn't any planet B. So that's what that whole thing is intended to say. So again, you click there, and we're not going to click, but you'll get to a link to sign up. Pretty cool graphics. Notice the color scheme is all very similar. We've got photos in there that are different colors, but everything is this similar colors. So go ahead, keep scrolling, Mark. We added a little bit of a testimonial. We have been featured on all these different networks. We've added a survey, an assessment, and it's mainly because we want to learn really about the people that are coming here. And we're not going to click on this right now, but essentially if they click on yes, count me in, it means that they'll take a 2-minute survey. And it'll be where it asks them just some questions about themselves. They male, female, sort of what's their age bracket, what do they do in terms of their vocation as it relates to economics, or what do they do and they'd like to do, and just things that we can gather more information. And we're going to give a free gift for everybody that fills that out. So keep on scrolling. This is just a link to our blog, which is economics.org. We're not going to click on it right now. You guys all know where that is. And so we'll update this every week or so with what are the new articles that we've posted. And if you go down, you'll see these were all very recent, that these were published May 8th. All of them, all 3 of these on May 8th. So keep scrolling, Mark. A little bit about me and the Economics story. So about Dennis Weaver and about the founding of the Institute of Economics. And this is a link that's quite a longer, bigger page. And again, we're not going to take the time just right now for it, but we'll just keep going. Some testimonials, we've used those before. We're going to try to ask you guys if you'll provide us ones, and so we can improve and get a whole variety of different testimonials if they're out there. Mark, do you remember from last week? We had 2 different people who gave us testimonials. We should make sure we jotted those down, so we should make sure and get those and use those and add them. I don't remember who those people were right now, but might have even been Alicia. No, it wasn't Alicia. No, it was not. And it was, but it was someone who gave a very unique and very interesting, cool testimony. So it was about how economics had helped them. Go ahead, Mark. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you. Do you remember what it was that they said? Right. Mm-hmm. So far, by the way, everybody, we're using this Kajabi platform just for this webinar each week. We're still using GoToWebinar for our other live webinars. And we do want to get your feedback. We really like this. There are some negatives about it, some real positives. One is, I think it's a positive, is everybody, not just us, on GoToWebinar, we're the only ones as the speakers and the hosts who know who's on, how many people are on, how they're participating. Using this one, you really know everyone that's on, and we actually get initials. And so we've got M right now, which is Mark, and AR and BW. And AR, we're going to just say it because she always puts stuff in. That's Alicia Rose. I'm not sure who BW is. If you want to put in what those initials stand for into the chat, that'd be awesome. If not, don't worry about it. No big deal. But anyway, and like I said earlier, the video quality of this is just spectacular. Really, really like it. All right, well, and we get replays of it. What, Mark? Within 2 minutes of when this is done, we'll have already gotten the replay, which Mark then just has to do what, 2 or 3 clicks, don't you, to get to where the replay goes up? Is it, Mark? It's very easy. Yeah. All right, so keep scrolling so you can keep looking at the page. So now this is what we're going to start to brand our education as. So we're going to have the EAT community. That's what we are. And inside the We Eat community, there's going to be Eco Mastery, which is all of our education. Then there's going to be Eco Intelligence, and that has to do with the helping people make some money and giving them mentoring and networking and so on. We'll go back up and click, and that's going to be called Eco Intelligence. So remember, on our previous website, the eatcommunity.com, it was kind of a Hollywood squares of pictures, including Mark Shepard and Elaine and actually all of these, Sarah and others that are here. But it was what, Mark? I think 16 of them, and they just filled the whole page. And when you clicked on them, in some cases you got the full webinar that either Mark was doing or William was doing. Others, you got a clip. Well, now you just get a clip. And when you click on it, we're not going to do it here right now, but when you click on the clip and say you want to watch the whole thing, you sign up first. And so now you're a member, and you can then watch the entire clip. So you become an Eat Free member. But so we continue to add this here on the front page, but we've just shortened it, made it a little less busy as being the Hollywood Squares approach. So keep on scrolling, Mark. Just another place to opt in. Oh, one last thing we're going to start doing, and I don't know if, Mark, if you sent it out yet, but we've got it finished. At least once or so a week, we're going to have an email that is not at all describing and marketing our upcoming webinars. Instead, it's going to be about specific topics that, like issues. You tell us what you want, and we'll get authors, or we'll do it ourselves as experts and write blog articles and emails about it. So right now, we've got several written. We're trying to backlog them a little bit, but one that we have that we're ready to publish probably very soon is about how to eradicate noxious weeds in waterways, for small farms, for ponds, and so on, and specifically cattails, and to do it organically, to do it naturally. And there won't be, in that email, there won't be any kind of a marketing or a pitch for any of our upcoming webinars. And we're going to do that frequently. And we want you to tell us about topics that you'd like us to write about. So I've been out today, so I haven't been able to look, but you haven't published that yet, have you, Mark? Okay. So everybody look for that tomorrow. And that's going to be the first of what will be many with that kind of information. So this little opt-in here, so get planet-changing advice delivered to your inbox. That's going to be very accurate. All right, so keep scrolling. We're almost to the bottom here, everybody. You know, talking about what are our features and benefits? What are the things that you can get if you become a member of each? By the way, Mark did most of the work on this, everybody, and he's just done such a phenomenal job. Then we have a frequently asked questions section. And we're saying even here, if we haven't got your question here, then just click and tell us. And so you can see that, click here to add your question, and we will answer it for you. And then you can expand, once you expand on one of those, Mark, just click the plus, and that basically gives you what we believe is the answer. By the way, the storm sort of abated here a little bit. No rain coming down right now. So there's just a little bit of that. And then we're almost to the bottom. The next section, I think, is the bottom, which is our podcast. It just markets this. This is a podcast. So this will go out as a replay on Spotify, on the Kajabi podcasting network, on Google, and on Apple. So now let's scroll back up, Mark, and let's go. Mark's gonna have to do a little more work here, because now we're gonna show you these two branches that we talked about right here. And it's gonna take him a second after he clicks on this, because he's gotta make another tab that's live. So it's cool if this comes up and says, can you see it? And if you can see it, then it gives you the thumbs up. So here is the Eco Intelligence, which is our new logo for that, the name. And this is where people will be able to sign up to start doing consulting for other EAT members, others of our 31,000 members, and others. And we're going to teach you how to make money by doing advising, doing consulting, creating products, providing services to those that are out there in the community. So just scroll down, Mark, and just show people a little bit of what this looks like. This is going to be a separate membership. And for the first 6 months, just like we did with almost 7 years ago, we're going to make what will eventually be $199 a month free. So for those who sign up to do it within the next 6 months, they're going to get a $1,200 value for nothing, for free to get started. So go ahead and keep scrolling. So again, we're not going to read this, and I hope you all go to it. This is the new community.com site. It gives you a lot of reasons why you might want to join this. Not a lot of clickable links here. We want this to just be education as much as anything. There's going to be some more places you can get information and book meetings and so on at the bottom of the page. A bunch of whys. Why would you want to do that? Another survey. we're going to start making use of a lot of assessment/surveys, and by that gaining more information from you to be telling us what it is that you want us to be doing. So and now again, a person can make a choice about whether they want to be a consultant and an advisor and see what that means, or maybe they have something they need. So go back up now, Mark, because even though this was focused on the left-hand side of that equation, up at the top, so he's going to go to the other page. Actually, you need to go to the other page, Mark. Go back to the home page, and we're going to click and go the other direction. And here, this is a page that again says, okay, do you need some help? Can we help you build your business? Can we help you make more money with what you're doing? We have the people that can do that. Amongst our many thousands of members, there are all kinds of people who can help you. You want to find out more about it? Schedule a call. Or you can just get started right now. So we're not going to click on these, but Mark, just keep on scrolling. I hope you can see that this is much more consistent throughout. That was our goal, is to really have a site that's very consistent in its look and feel. So as we've said, these get looked at as replays way more than they get looked at live. And I'm going to throw something out here. If anybody who's watching this live right now or watches the replay within the next week signs up for either the side of eco-intelligence, which is to be a consultant and advisor, or the side which is to get help from our consultants and advisors, we'll extend the free membership period from 6 months to a year for anyone who does that in the next week. And so that's the again the big pieces of the new website. We are also going to make some changes in just the formatting of how the actual membership side of the site looks when you actually are going in and you're going to watch a webinar by Mark Shepard, for example, or look at a course or whatever, whether you're a Eat Elite or an Eat Free member, or now an Eco-Intelligence member. That little, we're going to change the color scheme there. We're going to get that to where it's a little easier to use. We have lots of information, and some of it's sometimes a little more difficult to understand than we'd like it to be. So we're going to make that easier for everybody. But we're going to take a breath here a little and get this done. And like I said, we're going to start to where our blog articles and our emails are very practical, very helpful in the whole sense of being helping people make some money, making the planet better. That was really the topics that I have for today. And I'm going to just sort of open it up. Alicia's been putting lots of great articles and links in here, but I'm going to open it up for anybody that's got any comments, thoughts, questions that they want to either throw out in the chat or even raise your hand and come live. Alicia, we tried to get you on live. Maybe it was a week ago. And you may not know it, but we did see and hear you, but for some reason, maybe you weren't seeing and hearing us. So and so then you jumped back out. But if anybody wants to come on live, they can do that. Mark, what other thoughts do you have? Cool. Yep, those are great thoughts. We've been taking a lot of advantage too, and you've heard me talk about it, of learning more about OpenAI. I know it's a very controversial subject right now, and because there's a real worry that people will do some bad things with it. We hope that people do good things with it. And you've heard my thoughts. I think it's world changing. I hope it's world changing for the good, not for the bad. But that's our current thoughts and process about it. So we're going to use it a lot, and we're going to use it to help us write articles. We're going to use it to help write ebooks. I've written 3 ebooks in the last, 2 weeks, and ones that I believe will be widely read. And it was a tenth of the amount of time that would it take to do that same writing before having the whole AI available for us. So anyway, I am just about done with the things I've got on my plate for today. We don't have to carry these things for the whole of an hour. So anybody in the live audience has got other questions, thoughts, I think we'll probably call it a wrap here today. Let's wait just a second, Mark, before we do, but I did hear something there. I actually heard another voice there. Was that Brett that's on? No, but I heard a male voice. It wasn't Alicia's. I'm going to turn my webcam off, everybody, just for a second here. Yeah, that doesn't look good. Well, there's nothing to see then, so I'm going to leave it on. Okay. Well, hey, everybody, have an amazing rest of your week. We'll be doing this again next week. As Mark was saying, several really great new webinars coming up, and we're excited about what the future is going to bring. We thank you so much. And why don't you just take us out, Mark?